Hey everyone, welcome back to Veteran Game, the channel where we try every wild new roguelike so you don't have to lose hours of your life. If you dig honest reviews, deep dives, and brutal truth bombs about every game, from AAA juggernauts to weird anime shooters, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what your favorite, actually good roguelike is. Seriously, I need some palate cleansers after this one. Today's game, Scarlet Salvation. Imagine Returnal, but with more anime, less budget, and way less fun. This one comes from Compile Heart and Idea Factory, a duo best known for their anime RPGs, oddball parody games, and the occasional "wait, why does this exist?" moment. Now they're making a third-person bullet hell roguelike shooter. What could possibly go wrong? Spoiler, a lot. Let's set the scene. You're Willow Martin. You wake up in a metal tube, confused, armed, and immediately thrown into a ruined military facility swarming with robots. There's an AI in your ear who's about as helpful as a magic 8-ball, and you've got an electronic counter on your face tracking your deaths. If that's giving you anime Returnal vibes, you're not wrong. The pitch here is pure roguelike. Die, respawn, run it back, get a little stronger, learn a little more, and maybe, just maybe, escape this nightmare. But here's the thing, almost nothing actually lands. First, let's talk story. You want mystery, intrigue, maybe a little existential dread, right? Instead, you get Willow wandering around with zero memory, talking to her AI sidekick who refuses to explain anything. Every conversation is a circle. What happened to the world? I can't tell you. Who am I? That's classified. Can you at least help me not die for the 10th time? No promises. It's supposed to build suspense, but after a while you realize it's just filler. There's no big twist coming, just a bunch of snarky banter and cryptic nonsense. The world building? Almost non-existent. You get a few lines about humanity losing to aliens, but otherwise you're left wandering endless, identical corridors in what might be the blandest military base ever committed to pixels. One reviewer called it a marathon of metal hallways, and honestly, that's about right. Environments are flat, repetitive, and feel like placeholder assets from a Unity tutorial. There's a blue one, a red one, and wow, a slightly icy one. The only thing more boring than the environments is the actual enemy design. You'll be fighting the same floating robo-balls, robot cans, and the occasional turret for hours. If you were hoping for some wild enemy variety, forget it. Combat should be the redeeming factor, right? The good news for a moment it is. Willow handles pretty well. She's fast, her weapons feel punchy, dodging bullets in classic bullet hell style is satisfying, and her dash move even leaves behind a cool looking mirror image. There's a system for upgrading your powers, finding new guns, and boosting stats with exo upgrades. The basics feel good for about 20 minutes, but then reality sets in. Nearly every arena is a grey shoebox with slightly rearranged walls. Enemies spawn in, politely wait for you to shoot them, and die in a shower of sparks. Sometimes you'll face a boss, usually a giant robot, but the fight always boils down to circle strafe, hold the trigger, and wait for the health bar to finally run out. There are power-ups, but most are bland. Increase your health, shoot slightly faster, or your reticle is bigger now. And get this, the starting machine gun you get? It's so overpowered that you'll rarely even need to switch weapons. Every other gun just feels pointless. Even the roguelike systems are half-baked. The loop is simple. Clear rooms, pick upgrades, maybe die and repeat. But there's no real risk and barely any reward. Most runs are so easy that you'll breeze through without dying outside of the rare frame rate murdering boss fight, which is somehow more annoying than challenging. The game tries to pad things out by making you run down endless corridors between rooms. There are 3 doors in every arena, but only one ever opens. The other 2 are just for show. Choice, variety, not here. Let's talk about progression. You collect exo upgrades to boost Willow's stats, but you can only equip 4 at a time. When you find duplicates, they level up, but that's about as deep as it gets. There's no real build variety. You want to stack perks for wild synergies. Not happening. By the time you've unlocked a few upgrades, you'll notice the game isn't actually getting harder, just longer. After a while, you might realize you don't even have to fight the enemies, just sprint through, dodge everything, and hit the next door. You can basically speedrun the whole game while ignoring most of what's in it. The AI is supposed to be your companion, but it's so aggressively unhelpful, it almost feels like a parody of modern voice assistants. Willow and the AI trade snarky, borderline obnoxious quips, and neither of them are remotely likable. At best, it's background noise. At worst, it's the soundtrack to your own descent into tedium. Let's not forget the technical issues. The frame rate drops like a rock during boss fights, especially after the second one, even on a PS5. Enemy animations are weird and floaty, and some design choices just make no sense. Example, as you take damage, Willow's armor falls off for no gameplay reason. It's a weird feature that adds nothing and feels like a leftover idea from an entirely different kind of game. But credit where it's due, the fundamentals of the gunplay and dashing can be fun when the game actually throws you into a room full of projectiles and says, good luck. And the boss fights, when they work, do feel satisfyingly hectic. It's just everything else that lets it down. So what's the final word? Scarlead Salvation is proof that even a cool premise and decent gunplay can't save a roguelike that feels unfinished, uninspired, and worst of all, boring. You'll have a few moments of fun blasting robots, but those flashes are buried under hours of mindless repetition, lifeless environments, and systems that just don't matter. If you're desperate for more bullet hell roguelikes and have burned out Returnal, Hades, and Enter the Gungeon, maybe, give this a shot when it hits a deep discount. But for most of you, don't let the anime aesthetic fool you. There are so many better ways to spend your time. If you found this review helpful, give it a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next breakdown, good, bad, or just weird. Let me know down below, what's the most disappointing roguelike you've ever played? Or hey, tell me about a hidden gem that actually nails the formula. Thanks for watching Veteran Game, and as always, keep gaming smart. See you next time.